Well, shopping for car insurance can be a difficult process, but there are some things to keep in mind when picking the right insurance for you. Joining us is Dan Scroggins, the Vice President of Insurance with AAA. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us again.
Yeah, and so I know it can be tricky. There's so many different insurances out there, and of course it can be pricey, but if you have a new car, a used car, it all makes a difference, right?
It does. And, frankly, it's the insurance coverage is going to be based on what you buy and whether you finance or pay cash or, what your personal needs are. I'll say the most important thing is going to be the type of vehicle from a rating perspective, what kind of vehicle, how far you drive it. And, unfortunately, what your personal driving experience is going to play a big part in what you end up paying.
Right. And does it matter if you are financing or leasing? Do any of those things have to be taken into consideration?
Yeah, so financing, the finance company is going to require that you carry comprehensive and collision. When you lease a vehicle, most leasing companies are going to require that you carry a higher standard of liability insurance. So, many people might carry the state minimum limits. If you're leasing a vehicle, they're going to require that you be at 100, 300 for bodily injury, or even higher than that, depending on the company.
We were talking, I have a Kia, and there was a lot of issues with Kia where they could be broken into.
Yep.
My insurance dropped me.
I know.
I'm not the only person out there.
It was not uncommon. There are a number of carriers that have stepped up to cover those vehicles, but there are still a lot of carriers out there that won't. And so when you have a vehicle that has a higher likelihood of being stolen due to a glitch, there are some carriers that just back away.
Yeah, and from that lesson, now I will try to see what type of cars can be insured before I purchase another one. So
absolutely, that is a very rare occurrence.
Right.
I can't remember another occurrence like that in my career. So, but when it happens, it leaves you scrambling, as you were saying.
And also, you have to take in consideration how often you're driving, right? I mean, if you are on the road a lot or just kind of, maybe not so much, that makes a difference in what kind of coverage you need as well, right?
It does, and there's a great thing out there now called usage-based insurance, and if you're somebody that doesn't drive much, or maybe drives a short distance to work, or maybe you're retired, looking at UBI as an option can really dramatically lower your premiums because it's based on you. It's based on how you're actually using the vehicle as opposed to lumping you in with a class of people.
That's smart. So bottom line, any discounts that you guys are offering or anything like that for people who are kind of looking or shopping around wanting to switch insurance?
Yeah, I would say it's a great time to shop. Rates are up across the industry. You'll see stories everywhere about that. A lot of it has to do with supply chain issues and cost of labor and cost of repairs and length of repairs. But there are still deals out there to be had, especially if you're a safe driver and you've got a household full of safe drivers.
Okay, well, where can people check out more information?
We'd love to have you visit us at AAA.com/theextramile. A lot of great tips on there to help you save.
Okay, thank you so much for giving us those tips, Dan.
Awesome, thanks.
We'll also have that on our website for you, fogsideteam.com. We'll be back right after this.